Diversity, equity, and inclusion is about celebrating and respecting our differences. It's about allowing fair treatment and access for all and making sure that everyone feels like they belong. DEI at Navistar is relevant because we want it to leave a transformative legacy. And essentially, a lot of that incorporates having people from different backgrounds, different perspectives, opinions, like just diverse thought in general leads to greater innovation. But the reason why we highly emphasize it here is because we know that the people is what make our products, the people is what make our corporation, and without the people, we don't have a business. And so the way to continue to boost employee morale, boost productivity, even boosting revenue is by having people feel like they can bring their best selves to work. It doesn't matter where you come from, what background, race, age, sex, gender. So that's kind of what it is like here at Navistar, is we want to ensure that anyone can come here. And I feel like when we try to silo and only have one kind of people, we rob ourselves of having the best products. We rob ourselves of having the best employee communications, collaborations, interactions, and overall just a healthy corporate culture. So for those who feel like DEI is about political correctness, I can understand the skepticism, mainly due to the fact that DEI done wrong can seem like pretty words. But when you do it correctly, it drives intent to impact, which can lead to cultural transformation and essentially be a competitive advantage to any organization. Communications is a people issue, so the best way to bridge the gap between people with different perspectives and backgrounds and all of these things is to be able to have communication strategy. So on an interpersonal level, on a professional level, and so you need to be able to have the whys behind what you're doing. You need to be able to have active listening, to develop empathy, to develop just spaces where people can feel free to be their authentic self. And so communications is needed anywhere where people are. So employee resource groups are employee-led groups that basically provide a sense of community in a corporate environment to all kind of backgrounds, whether it's a Black association, Hispanic, young professionals, and so on. And it basically provides that second home feeling. People don't want to just love what they do, they want to love the people they do it with. And honestly, something that will keep people at an organization more than money is the people. When I work here at Navistar, I encounter people all the time that have been here for 50 years, 20 years. I'm like, what has made you stay for so long? And they'll be like, oh, it's the people, it's the people. It's really like a competitive advantage. And so our employee resource groups add so much value to our corporation, whether that is helping with learning and development, helping sustain and retain talent, also driving just diverse innovation. There's so many times we can pull people from our employee resource groups to help with product development, to help with our recruiting initiatives. So it helps with that diverse representation. It helps with just diverse opinion, perspectives that just foster into our products even more, but also just being able to have that sense of belonging and that community that people need and just kind of thrive from. So DEI initiatives can help with employee recruitment and retention by making sure that we have diverse representation when we are going out to whether it's job fairs, whether it's employee onboarding, whatever the case may be. We want to make sure that we are representing our company well, that'll just continue to attract diverse talent. People don't want to come to a company where they can't see themselves at. Making that even on what you promote for the organization in your social media posts and on your websites and things like that is so important, just to make people feel like they would be welcomed and accepted and that they belong at that corporation. My top 5 tips for an organization wanting to develop a DEI plan is having leadership support, being able to have quantifiable measures, having a strategy and vision and communication. You also want to have some DEI champions that can continue to support internally DEI initiatives, and also you want to be able to have new policies and procedures that are improved to cater DEI initiatives. This is also important because without leadership, without the influence from the top down, DEI will go nowhere. It will have no impact. But by having internal DEI champions like our employee resource groups, it would also be able to be progressed throughout the company more than just the DEI team itself. It's also good to have quantifiable measures because that's how you measure intent to impact. Without the measures, the SMART goals to show that this is how we've improved the organization in this way, it'd just be some pretty words. So it's important to have that quantifiable measures, and it's also just important to improve those policies and those procedures. So how can we be more inclusive with our recruiting? How can we be more inclusive with just our communication process, our training and development? And with those fundamentals, any DEI initiative will be set up for success. It's not a one-time commitment, it is a continuous improvement. It requires adaptability and being able to pivot, being able to learn and grow, and just be consistently committed to it. And when done correctly, it could be a strategic competitive advantage for any organization.